There are nights that feel like ordinary nights, quiet, predictable, familiar. And then there are nights that change everything, not because of what they bring, but because of what suddenly goes missing. This is the story of one such night, the night the stars went out. In a small, peaceful town tucked between old hills and whispering forests, the night sky had always been a constant companion. People trusted the stars. They relied on them to guide ships, mark seasons, or simply comfort them after long days. But one evening, something subtle shifted. The sky dimmed, not like the way clouds cover the moon, not like a storm rising, but like a candle slowly losing its last flame. One star blinked out, then another, then a cluster, as though someone far above was brushing the heavens clean. The townspeople noticed. They stepped outside their doors and looked upward, expecting fireworks, meteors, or some spectacular cosmic display. Instead, they saw emptiness. An unfamiliar darkness spread across the sky, like ink soaking through paper. For the first time in centuries, the night sky was blank. There was no panic, only an unsettling stillness, a quiet that wrapped itself around everything. People whispered theories, maybe a strange eclipse, maybe a natural phenomenon, maybe the stars were simply hiding. But deep down, even the calmest hearts felt something more unsettling. The stars were not hiding. They were gone. At first, life continued. Lamps were lit earlier. Children who once stared at the sky now stayed indoors. Nighttime walks ended quickly, for without the comforting glow above, the world felt strangely hollow. But soon, stranger things began to happen. Garden flowers that usually bloomed in moonlight stayed tightly closed. Migrating birds circled aimlessly in the dark, confused by the missing constellations. The elderly complained of restless sleep. Fishermen said the tides behaved oddly, as though the ocean itself missed its celestial guide. Even the air felt heavier, as if it carried the weight of something unseen. The town's technology flickered more often. Animals grew uneasy. Nature itself seemed to pause, waiting for something that wasn't coming. It was more than darkness. It felt like the world was holding its breath. And yet, while many feared, one person grew curious. At the edge of the town lived an old astronomer named Leor, who had spent his life mapping constellations and studying cosmic rhythms. His tiny observatory, once alive with telescopes, charts, and glowing screens, was now quiet, for there was nothing left to observe. But Leor refused to accept the sky's emptiness. Every night, he climbed the hill behind his observatory, hoping for even a flicker. He charted invisible patterns, searching for clues. He studied the behavior of birds and listened to ancient folklore he once dismissed as myth. Through his research, Leor made a discovery. The night the stars went out aligned with the exact moment an unusually powerful ripple of cosmic energy passed through the atmosphere. A wave unseen, unheard, but strong enough to dim the heavens. He wondered if this wave had taken the stars, or simply stolen the world's ability to see them. With newfound determination, he set out to find a solution. Not to restore the stars, but to restore the connection between Earth and the universe. The answer, he believed, was not in machinery or mathematics, but in memories, stories, and belief itself. For stars had never only been distant lights. They were symbols of hope, guidance, wonder. and hope had been dimming long before the sky did. Leor invited the entire town to gather at the hilltop one moonless night. They arrived carrying lanterns, candles, and small items that held personal meaning. Journals, seashells, old toys, cherished letters he asked them to remember. To recall the first time they saw the Milky Way, the wishes they made on fallen stars, the night spent staring upward, dreaming of a world bigger than their own. As each person reflected, something remarkable began to happen. The lanterns glowed brighter than normal. The air warmed slightly. A faint shimmer rippled across the empty sky, as though thin cracks of light were forming behind a dark curtain. The stars were not gone. They had simply lost their connection to Earth, a connection powered by human wonder. Leor realized what the cosmic wave had taken, not the stars themselves, but the world's ability to notice them. And now, through shared memory and rediscovered awe, that connection was returning. Light flickered, then spread, then burst outward like 1,000 tiny heartbeats one by one. The stars reappeared. First, the familiar ones: Polaris, Orion's belt, the Seven Sisters, then the countless others, until the sky was once again a vast canvas of sparkling fire. The town gasped, not with fear, but with gratitude. The stars had never left. People had simply forgotten how to see them. The night sky was brighter than it had been in generations. Birds resumed their migrations. Flowers opened softly in the moonlight. The tides calmed, settling back into their ancient rhythm. Life felt normal again, but also different. Children stared upward with renewed excitement. Adults stayed outside longer, breathing in the cool night air, remembering dreams they once pushed aside. The elderly slept peacefully again. As for Leor, he stood quietly on the hill, feeling for the first time in many years that the universe was listening. He realized that the stars were not distant strangers. They were reflections of humanity's collective hope. And now that hope was shining again. The night the stars went out became a legend the town would tell for generations. It was a reminder that wonder must be tended like a flame, that the sky above is only as bright as the dreams we carry within us. People learn to pause, to look upward, to feel connected to something far greater than themselves. The stars returned, but more importantly, so did the people's ability to see them. And so, under the restored sky, the world breathed again. Brighter, wiser, and forever changed by the night the stars went out.